So, gazillion years ago, when I was working at Court TV, I worked with this guy, Vinnie Politan, love him to pieces, super smart, and he had something called Politan's theorem, and it was based on how long does it take a jury to get a verdict, and it's brilliant. And I've employed it for 17 years, and it works almost every time. Not OJ. It is 1 day of deliberation for every week of testimony. Okay, we've been there about 5 weeks for Lori Vallow, so maybe 4 or 5 days we should expect them to deliberate. Like I said, OJ's the outlier. He was like under 4 hours for 10 months of testimony. But sometimes you get a really fast verdict, and sometimes juries are mad. Sometimes, don't know. This one's 27 days. Here are the counts in case you've forgotten. 2 counts of first-degree murder for Tylee and JJ, 2 counts of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and grand theft by deception, 1 count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder for Tammy, and 1 count of grand theft. 60 witnesses pled their cases, none for the defense because they didn't mount a case. Super weird, but I've heard of it many times. You don't think that your state over there proved their case, met the burden? Then you don't have to put on a case. So did Jim Archibald instead, who is Lori Vallow's lawyer, did he stand up today in closings and secretly make his case? Did he do it in the closings? I want to bring in Richard Blok. He's a criminal defense attorney, and he practices in Idaho, so he knows all things Idaho. Do you think that was the right strategy, Richard, for Lori Vallow to just zip it, put on no case at all, and then have Jim Archibald get up there and basically beg and plead and cry twice? That was weird, cry twice, and hope that the jury will, take all that in.
It's certainly not my favorite strategy. I like to put on a defense case if I can. There's times when you can't, when you don't have any good witnesses, when your client is not going to be a good witness and maybe do damage to the case. So there's times when it's reasonable not to put on a case. But I think it's surprising, but not unusual to see that the defense isn't putting on a case, but rather making their case through cross-examination and through closing arguments.
Well, in the closings, Jim Archibald cried twice. And I've got to be honest with you, he cried about Lori being a good mother. Richard, I will never convict someone on television before a jury convicts them, but I will convict Lori Vallow of being the worst mother next to Casey Anthony because she was a horrible mother. Okay, it's not a crime to be a horrible mother necessarily if you're not committing crimes. If you're a bad mom, it doesn't get you into prison necessarily, but to cry about her being a good mom, I think that would have made the jury mad enough for them to say, don't even give me the forum. Just, I vote yes to lock her up for life.
I'm not sure what the strategy is there. I have many times employed the strategy of my client's a bad person, but they didn't do this. And I think a lot of defense attorneys employ strategies like that. To make the good mom comment, that might be a bit of a stretch, particularly in this case. I think, it is an interesting tactic. We'll see if it works at all for him in the next couple
I want to be clear. Seriously, I want to be really clear here, Richard. I will convict her right here and now of being one of the worst mothers I've ever seen in my practice of covering, criminal justice. But I can say it because that foul woman on the screen didn't say boo about children who were missing for the better part of a year. Whether she knew it or not, that they were decomposing in her boyfriend and then new husband's yard. She never said boo. She was never concerned when someone asked her about your children have been missing. She never said anything when they slapped her with papers saying, warrant, Lori Vallow, produce the children. She said, no questions, not even concerned. So in that respect, juries can hate, defendants, and in Casey Anthony's case, still acquit them, but that doesn't happen a lot.
That certainly doesn't happen a lot. And, she's obviously not on trial for being a bad mother. And I think that, we've got to remember, Lori Vallow, by all accounts, is a deeply disturbed, mentally ill person. I think that making comments about how evil and how horrible she is, we should be really careful about, because we don't know what's going on in her head. We don't know. She may have done horrible things. Doesn't necessarily, but we don't know what's going on inside her head whatsoever, other than the little bit that we've gotten from the reporting that she is a very disturbed person.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.